for the participant retreatants, those who are not familiar with Sinhala, they can communicate through the linguist language. So this is a kind of a session we are going to have interviews, discussions, as well as asking questions regarding questions pertaining to your precepts you have already observing, and the basic instructions you have already listened, and the constitution and the timetable you are already adhering. So anything pertaining to these things you may raise questions so that your stay here will be comfortable. And as I mentioned, you may raise questions or any issues pertaining to your sitting meditation, walking meditation and day-to-day activities. Or beyond that, any Dhamma questions or any questions pertaining to your spiritual life, which is more practical, if the time permits, we can take them also. And two ways you can join to the discussion. One way is you can write and put into the question box. That's a common way. And if the time permits, you can raise questions to the audience also. If it is so, you have to raise your hand and then the mic will come to you. So you will be speaking to the mic, so that recording will be good rather than just using your voice. So this is the way we are going to conduct the question and answer session. And today I am giving this because of the first day in our question and answer session. So with that introduction, I would like to invite Ari to present the question already written to start the session. English ones, yes.
Hi, good afternoon, fellow yogis and yoginis. I've been assigned to read all the questions in English, and today there is only one question, and here is the first one and the only one.
Can everyone hear? Okay.
The first question is, during sitting meditation, I was experiencing movement of airflow in and out at the entrance of nostril. Yesterday I could retain my attention for a considerable amount of time. However, today, this morning, it was difficult to find the breath, and even after finding the breath, I could not keep the attention for a few breaths. Then disturbing thoughts invaded. At one stage, my mind started telling, "This is not going to work. Leave." After some time, I started crying. In between, I could keep attention on breath. Second page. I was attending walking meditation and keep attention on legs. The movement left, move, keep, and the pressure points when feet touch the ground. I could retain attention for 10 to 15 steps only. After doing the walking meditation for 35 minutes, I got severe sleepiness and had to come and take a nap. End of the question.
The early part of the question, that is pertaining to the sitting meditation, at time can be with the in-breath and out-breath. At a time it is being disturbed by thoughts, and whenever thought happens, naturally you develop kind of a negative feeling. You feel disappointed and you feel meditation is gone. And when and where the breath comes, you welcome it, and therefore clearly one can see how sharp the liking and disliking to the two objects, and both of them are passive objects. Breath also comes along your way, thoughts also comes along your way. So whenever you select, this is good, this is bad, this is liking, this is dislike, and then the frustration started. So instead If one can develop the choiceless awareness, is a thought, also not an invited guest. The breath also happening through this involuntary situation, and to understand this is my real cross-section of myself. And at a time it is thinking, at a time it is breathing. But our mind is judgmental. Whenever it is judging, only two things, likings and disliking. So therefore, what about if someone go prepared for these thoughts and make your mind not to worry? Then, only then, one can see, after a session of thoughts, again there are chances for the mind to come back to the primary object, and again there are chances from going from primary object to the thoughts, maybe pains or sounds. So there you can see not only mind is jumping from the primary object to the wandering, so to say, or thinking, but if you observe them for a while in a neutral way, on the choiceless way, the outgoing mind, there's a chance to come back to the breath, come back to the primary object also. So, if the outgoing is bad, the coming back must be welcome for this system of value. So therefore, going out, not only it has a utter negative thing, if you patient enough, you can see again it is coming back to the primary object, and if you can observe the way back home from the wandering mind to the primary object, that will be double positive. So there was no any information regarding that. So I would like to know if that particular person is happy to share with us. Was there any events, any incidents where the wandering mind you experience coming back to the primary object, so to say the breath, or was it gone forever and going from taken you for a ride in thinking, never come back? Can that particular person share experience with us? It will be a good, valuable information if he or she is willing to share with us.
ගරු ස්වාමීන් වහන්සේ මනස එළියට ගිහිල්ලා ආවා ඒක පොඩි කාලයක් ඇතුළත නිතරම වුණා.
So you may put it to English, please.
So the mind went out and came back, but it happened very frequently and it was a little disturbing.
Can you give us some accounts from the detail how the mind from the wandering thought to coming back, when you come back to the breath, was the breath disturbed or it was normal, ready to accept the returning mind?
It is little disturbing, but it is not like initially when you start the breath noticing. It is not like that, but it is little disturbing.
That means it was difficult for you to bring the mind and cope with the breath.
Yes.
So that is the only thing you have to observe when and where it is going back, and it come back. Whenever it comes back, just see your mind state, whether it is ready to be with the breath in the normal way, or it is not. It is very difficult again to be back with the breath. If it is difficult, that means there's a side kind of a commitment. Mind has been some kind of a defile or defilement happens. So if the mind can bring back again, and if he can reconciliate again with the breath, that is what you call the maturity. That is what you call the immunity. So let it go. Don't worry, we have no other way. We never come back, see how quickly, how resilience the mind to come back and be with the breath. More and more you go prepared, it will come back and it will naturally, within a short time, be with the breath. And that is the kind of a maturity we are developing, and you can't compensate it by any other thing rather than this trial and error. It is called interception. It's a new psychological term they have introspection, that mind knows when you go back, when come back home, it can verify and see, now I am here and now. Now I am back at home. That introspection is not a meditative aspect, it's a humanity. Every person can. Whenever going out, you know, mind is wandering. And beautiful thing is, when it come back, it verify and say, now I am back at home. That how quickly the mind come back and feel at home is the what you have to observe. If you are unprepared, if you are immature yogi or the amateur, then mind getting disturbed. After a while, you have to, there's nothing you have committed, it is you are just observing. When you come back, see how quickly it becomes at home, feel at home, and feel the here now and situation, and more quickly it can come back and understand back at home situation. That is what you call the healing effect. That's what you call resilience, and that means the mind verily knows when it is back at home. So to verify it, it has to go out. Going out is a mishap. And whenever come back, don't worry about the mishap. Just see how quickly it come back home, how mind verify that it is back at home. That's a kind of a thing you connect yourself. You love yourself. You are back at home. And that is what we are losing in our day-to-day life. Hardly we be self-aware. The self-awareness happens whenever mind goes back and coming back, going out and coming back. Then how you are going to verify now you are back at home, that's a kind of a connection. That's a kind of a self-awareness. So when the wandering mind happens, this is the part you must pay attention again and again. And verily, in walking meditation, it is happening less. In your case, but not always. Even in walking meditation, it can happen. And again, what you have to do is, how do you verify that it came back and it's now naturally back at home? How you verify? That verification indicates you are healing yourself, you are loving yourself, you become at home again and again. So therefore, for that, going out is a kind of a part and parcel of the game. So don't think going out as a curse, going out as a bad thing. And as far as you know how to monitor way back home, later going out will be a raw material for your experiment. So therefore, main thing is not to worry about the going out, but observe the way back home.